What's up, guys? It's the TheAireaidLord, gaming update time, and... gaming update. Oh my god. Haters! I'm copying DSP! Holy fuck! Alright, anyways. Trying to lighten the mood a little bit here. Gaming update is for, holy shit, February 1st, 2012. We're actually into another month. I actually can't believe it. January went by very quickly, and it's funny because nothing really happened in January except MagFest and a couple of other things I'll speak quickly about in this gaming update video. But yeah, I mean, really nothing's happened in January. I've made a couple of gaming updates to inform you guys about what's been going on. It's kind of been just random stuff I haven't really been following up on, or just stuff that, I don't know, I wanted to do, or just stuff that I was planning on doing just to put in some footage, because there's been like no footage on my channel, okay? Let me be honest. Basically, here's what I've been doing since MagFest. MagFest was the first week in January, and that was a blast, as I already mentioned a couple of times, alright? It was fun, but I knew there was no games coming out in January. There's like nothing. I mean, I know this week there are some games that came out, such as... Hold on a minute. I don't want to fucking have this screen up here. There we go. I don't feel like having the running ads on my video, but is there any screen that doesn't fucking show ads? Come on. Alright, Jesus Christ. I absolutely hate the new dashboard update, alright? If I ever already made a video about this, I think I did, but I hate the dashboard update. It sucks. Every 3 seconds there's an ad getting shoved down your motherfucking throat, and you can't find where to do anything. It's stupid. Microsoft are a bunch of pansy asses for fucking squeamishing out to all of the advertisers who want to get their product mentioned on the Xbox, but whatever, that's for another day. Anyways, not much has been happening in January, okay? MagFest was at the beginning of January, okay? And then when I came back, I knew. I looked at like IGN, GameStop, I looked at all of those listings for the games that are coming out, and I said, there's nothing in January coming out that interests me, okay? There were some games that, like this week, there was, I don't know, Soul Calibur 5, Final Fantasy something, I don't even know what the fuck it was. It's some alternate version of Final Fantasy, and as I've mentioned, I've never played a Final Fantasy game, and I don't really feel like starting with this one, because people have told me it's an RPG, it's a grind, and it takes many hours to complete, so I'm not going to go through that, so... yeah, and Soul Calibur 5 is a fighting game, and I don't like fighting games, as I've mentioned 100 times, so that's out the window as well. So other than that, nothing coming out this week, and nothing's been coming out at all in January. The only things that I've been doing was, basically, I did my Elder Scrolls V Skyrim side quests. I did a couple of side quests for Skyrim, and I think I did all of the quests for the Brotherhood, and I think I did that, and I upgraded my character a little bit and showed you guys some of the stuff that I did since my actual playthrough of Skyrim in December of 2011. And it was pretty cool. I only uploaded about 20-something videos of that, and then I left that on my channel. Then I made a couple of other gaming updates just talking about some random things. I kind of got asked to do a couple of different things. One of them was Voodoo's Brew, which is a podcast series, which this guy, Josh, or Voodoo51292, I do have him on my other channel section now, because he is a good guy, and he does playthroughs and stuff. I have him on my other channel section, and he basically did an interview with me. It was the first time ever I was actually interviewed on any type of podcast. So he interviewed me with his friend Brandon, and we basically talked about gaming, all the conventions I've gone to, Phil, and all sorts of other stuff that pertains to me, and, you know, my novel also. So all sorts of interesting topics, and yeah, that was basically it. And that happened, I think that was about a week ago, it was a couple days ago, and it was cool. I enjoyed having that little interview. It was something unique, and I really enjoyed doing it. So thank you to him, and now, just to throw this out there, I don't want to jump the gun or anything, but I am going to be on another podcast-like show. And hold on a minute. Is my camera fucking up? I can't tell. Because I didn't set the focus, so I don't know if the moving pictures in the bottom left are fucking it up at all. But anyways, I am scheduled to go on another podcast show, and it's a podcast show you might actually be familiar with. It's a pretty, well-known podcast amongst, the people who watch my videos and some of my friends' videos. This podcast is John Rambo Presents the Show. It is basically a podcast that John Rambo and his friend OJ do. And I've mentioned these people a couple of times. They're really good friends of Phil. They're really good, they're not really good friends of mine. I know them, through Phil, and I've seen them at conventions and stuff. And they're cool people to hang out with. I was able to go out to eat during MagFest with them, just goof around, sell merchandise, mainly with OJ, because OJ didn't really tour the convention, so I was able to sell some merchandise with him, talk to him a little bit while he was selling his candles. And, they're cool people. And while I was at MagFest, I threw the idea of being on a podcast show, with them, because they've had multiple guest stars on their shows, and they usually like to have at least one guest star on their show each time they put out the show, because they usually put out their podcast every week. So I said, I could talk about the novel and stuff, and they really seemed like they wanted to do it. So basically I asked Rambo, I said, do you want my cell phone number? I have Phil's cell phone number. And he said he doesn't really text, so what he had me do, he had me put my email address in his phone, and it was basically, when I went to his phone, he had a whole listing of guest stars for February. So I put my email in the list, and I'm basically in a queue for guests. And notice what I said, I'm in a queue. So I don't know when I don't know when exactly I'm going to be doing this podcast with them, okay? They do filming for it Thursday nights, they told me. So I don't know when. Rambo's probably going to email me and tell me what's going on, when it's going to happen, but I don't know when it's happening. I know this is pretty exciting because I'm going to be on another podcast-like show that is somewhat similar to Voodoo's show, because it's weird. When Voodoo came to me and asked me to be on his podcast, I was like, oh shit, Rambo already wants me to be on his show, and if I go on Rambo's show after Voodoo's, I'm probably going to be reiterating the same things that I said on Voodoo's show, and I'm going to be saying the same things on Rambo's show. But it doesn't matter. I mean, I'm sure way more people are going to be watching Rambo's version of the show than Voodoo's, obviously just in terms of popularity. But, that's fine. The interview will obviously go different with different people doing it, but it's cool. So I don't know when it's happening. This is part of the collaboration thing. I did mention to you guys that I'm doing lots of collaboration things with Phil, Rambo, OJ, and all the Dark Side Phil crew, since I'm basically a member of it. But I don't know when it's happening, alright? It's up in the air. I do have other plans with these guys, but I'm not mentioning it right now. The only reason why I'm mentioning this to you guys right now is because Rambo said that he would be contacting me sometime in mid to late February, or maybe early March, and he would tell me when he wants me to be on the show. So that's basically why I'm telling you this, because it's February 1st right now. I'm kind of announcing it on my channel to make sure everyone knows, okay? So look forward to that. I will make another gaming update probably a couple weeks in advance, and I will tell you guys when that's happening, and when you can go on Rambo's page and when you can check it out. He is in my other channels section, by the way, if you want to check out his page. Most people already know it, but if you don't, go check it out, okay? And two other things. I did an inbox video, which is basically fan mail, and I went on my Xbox 360 and read the messages that I was sent after I opened it up to messages on my 360, and it went pretty well. People sent me a couple of messages. I didn't really get a whole hell of a lot of messages, and I didn't really expect to. I only got a couple, and actually something that I mentioned in my inbox video is that I deleted some of the messages that people sent to me by accident, because at first I wasn't going to do an inbox series. I said, no, I don't really feel like it. But again, because January has been so slow and there's been no releases, I was like, okay, now I can kind of make an inbox video since I don't have much going on with the channel, and I want to upload some footage now that I'm a partner, and I kind of have to keep up with the reputation of the channel. So that's why I did that. And of course, as always, I always expect this. I'm always going to get a dislike or a hate from somebody, okay? I'm not going to argue it at this point. But I did get quite a lot of random weird comments on my videos especially for my inbox video. I mean, people seem to be in an uproar thinking that my series was in some way copying my friend Phil's series, copying the name inbox, copying fan mail, blah, 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 blah. And again, just ignore it. I'm ignoring it. And, you know, as long as people keep coming up to me, as long as people keep sending me messages and saying, hey, you're a great person, I love your commentary, don't listen to the haters, I know that I'm doing something right. So I'm not going to let it get to me. I mean, I've been told that I'm a Phil copier for, you know, months and months. I've had this channel open for over a year, and I've been, you know, told thousands of times that I'm copying Phil. And that, you know, people haven't even said that. I've said, you know, they hate my commentary and all sorts of stuff. But you should know that you're never, you know, if you're doing something right, you're always going to have haters, okay? You can't do something and not have haters. You know, sometimes there's an exception, but most of the time you'll have haters. And it's important to note, I mean, I talked about this in my channel anniversary video, and apparently everyone just fucking ignored it and just decided to continue their stupid thrashing comments on my videos. But again, I mean, think of when Phil started on YouTube. People accused him of being just like the angry video game nerd, alright? So it's a chain of command, alright? People, you know, the angry video game nerd starts, someone says the angry video game nerd's copying someone, Phil starts, they say Phil's copying the angry video game nerd, and now I start, and now people say that I'm copying Phil. So, you know, it's haters. Haters never go away. They're always going to exist, because there are so many people out there with the horrible economy and the world being the way it is right now. People just have miserable, pathetic lives, and in order to make themselves feel better, they, you know, thrash in other people's videos and they do stupid shit. So, you know, it's what I expect it, because people in my everyday life are like this. I have to deal with it on a daily basis. So going on my computer and seeing a whole bunch of stupid, retarded comments and people uproaring for no reason, I expect it, because, you know, it happens in my life, and if it's happening in my life in the small town that I live in, it's pretty obvious it's going to happen on YouTube and Xbox. So what are you going to do? As long as I have people who like my content, I don't give a shit, but I'm just mentioning that really quick because it's, you know, something to mention. So I did that, and then a couple of days ago I actually uploaded a really unique video that I didn't think I was going to upload. But again, January, no game releases, I thought I could do something cool. I actually did a tutorial video, and I've been playing Skyrim a lot. Since there's no other really... There's like no games from 2011 that I kept. There was like... The only games that I have from 2011 that are still in my stack... I still have Modern Warfare 3, I still have Skyrim, I still have Saints Row the Third in the hopes that I'll ever continue my co-op session with my friend Wadham Top Dog, actually, I probably won't do it, but I'll just keep it in case. And then there's Halo, which I have to turn in, and that's it. There's Arkham City. Arkham City I still have. But every other game from 2011 I've sold to GameStop and got money back on it, so it's not worth it for me to keep these games. It's not worth it for me to collect them. So that's my thinking on that. So Skyrim being a game that I really enjoyed from 2011, I still have it, and I've been playing it a lot. I mean, I've been upgrading my characters, because I'm assuming there's going to be like downloadable content for it. So I'm assuming when the DLCs come out, I want to have my character be in tip-top shape, so that I can tackle these DLCs head on and I don't get stuck or anything. So my character's really, really powerful, so I decided to do a tutorial video on how to do different things in Skyrim, and one of them was how to get infinite destruction spell or something like that, and I basically went through how I did it, and basically I looked at some videos online how to do it, but I also, you know, put two and two together and kind of observed some of the aspects of Skyrim and figured that out for myself. So yeah. So that was that. That tutorial video is the main video on my page right now, if this video wasn't uploaded yet. Okay? Alright, so that is everything I've done in January. It's been very uneventful except for MagFest, but other than that, nothing's happened. So now that we're in February, we're gonna talk about some game releases that are coming out, which I'm going to play. And really, there's only one really special playthrough that's coming out in February. This is something I've been hyping. I've been really wanting to do this. I've been wanting to show you guys this playthrough for so long. I'm going to play a game in 1 week. Right now is February the 1st. On February the 8th, I'm going to be starting a playthrough of a game that is so dear to my heart that I can't even describe how awesome this game is. This game is just like the top of the chart. It's my favorite game of all time. It's the best game that's been ever released out of any game that's ever come out. And now it's kind of hard for me to say that since I have in no way played every single game that's come out. You know, I haven't even played close to every game that's come out ever in history. But this, out of all the games I've ever played in my lifetime, this game is at the top. Even though it came out so many years ago, it's still at the top. And I am going to be revisiting this game because there's an HD anniversary of this game coming out. An HD collection, the 3 games that originally came out in the series, they are going to be releasing it in a combo pack. I think it's either $40 or $60. It's going to be on a Blu-ray disc. And it's going to be on the PlayStation 3. So it's going to be another PlayStation 3 playthrough. I know I haven't touched my PS3 in a long time, but finally going to go back to it. And it's going to be a really, really cool playthrough. And I'm going to reveal the name of this playthrough at the end of the video, so stay tuned. I'm going to try to cut down on the gaming update. I'm already in 16 minutes, so I'm going to try to speed it up. But stay tuned. I'm going to reveal the name of the really special game at the end. It's a game. I love this game. I'm a master at this game. I practiced playing this game like countless hours. When I used to live in New Jersey with my friends, we played this game 24/7. It was the best game that came out at the time, and it was so fun. And when I play this game, I'm going to know how to do everything. So unlike most games where I've never played it before, I'm doing it blind, this game I'm going to be, just dominating, and it's going to be fun. Obviously, I'm not going to rush the playthrough, but it's going to be fun to revisit a game that I purchased 10 years ago, and I'm going to really try to put a lot of emotion and strive into it and make it a really awesome playthrough for you guys, okay? So, one more thing before I end this gaming update and reveal the name of the game that I'm talking about. PAX. PAX East is the next gaming convention I'm going to, and it is in April. It's in early April. It's April 6th through the 8th. It is held in the city of Boston, Massachusetts. And, ironically, it is a convention that is near me. It is a convention that is actually close by to where I live here, where I live in New England. So, unlike New York Comic Con, which was in New York, unlike Hartford, Connecticut, the one for Connecticon, that was kind of far away as well, and MagFest was in Maryland, which I had to take a plane for. This one is like really, really close to me. It's going to take no time at all to get to it. I'll be able to hang out at this convention for a large majority of the time. And unfortunately, as I say that, unfortunately, they sold out of Saturday passes. Or not Saturday passes, 3-day passes. 3-day passes for PAX East are sold out. So, that means that you can only purchase individual day tickets. So, unfortunately, I know I was originally going to try to go 2 days or 3 days, but they're sold out. So I did purchase my tickets, and I was only able to do Saturday. Saturday's the only day I'm going to be at PAX, so let me just make that clear, okay? So I'll be there Saturday. A couple of fans have actually shown interest in purchasing my book. I got a couple of requests like that at MagFest, but I guess those people just couldn't go or couldn't find me. But anyways, PAX, I've gotten some messages that people want to purchase the novel and see me in person. And as far as my friends go, Phil, Rambo, and OJ are actually planning on going to PAX. And I actually talked to Phil a little bit about this. He is only going to go if he gets a table. He submitted for a table and a panel at PAX. He's going to try to do this for all the conventions, but he submitted for a table and a panel, and if he gets this, he actually gets free tickets. So, there's kind of an incentive to get the table. But if he doesn't get the table, that means he's not going to PAX. So it's unfortunate if he wasn't able to go. But regardless, if he does go, that's great. I'll be able to hang out with him and promote the book a little bit. If he doesn't go, I'm still going to be going to PAX. I'm going to tour around the convention area, and also my father is going to be with me at this convention. I know at MagFest my father was not with me, but at this convention he will be, so you get to see all of his crazy antics that he usually does, all of his crazy antics he does for my videos, which a lot of people have been requesting. New York Comic Con, everyone was laughing when he got smashed in the head by Captain America, or at Kineticon when he threw the GPS because it wasn't working. So he's a funny guy. He can do some pretty funny stuff. So it's going to be interesting to see what he's going to do at PAX. So look forward to that. But as far as my friends go, DSP, John Rambo, and OJ, they're only going to go if they get a table and a panel because they get free tickets. So if they don't get it, they're not going, unfortunately. But that's the case. As if you're a DSP fan, if you just want to know, because he hasn't officially announced this in any previews of his, or channel updates, or whatever the hell he calls them. He hasn't uploaded anything of the such. So now there's another person who's going to PAX that's actually pretty special. It's Coruchado, and I'm sure you've seen him in some of my gameplay videos, some of my co-op sessions with Phil, the Resurrection and the Uncharted co-op. He's a cool guy, and he's the person who gave me my Machinima contract, and he's also the person who gave me a guy who's going to be making a new channel background, a whole, scenery for my channel. It's going to be really cool, and he actually suggested this contact for me, so I'm very thankful for all that he's done. He suggested, the guy from Machinima, the guy for my scenery for my channel on my page, so, I thank him for all he's done, and I might be able to actually meet him. I've never, seen him in person before, but he actually lives in the same state as me, and he might actually be able to go to PAX. So he's trying to go. Right now, he doesn't know if he can go. He wants to go, but he's looking at his work schedule to see if it conflicts with PAX, but he's definitely going to go. Hopefully Saturday, because that's the only day I can go, so yeah. So let's cross our fingers, or let me cross my fingers, if, Phil, Rambo, OJ, and now Coruchado, if they can all go to PAX, that would be awesome. Another hangout session would be really cool, and it would be awesome. I get to do like a MagFest thing, sell the book, hang out with my friends, and just have a good time. That's the dealio, if you want to say it in Napoleon Dynamite terms. Alright, so this is the end of my gaming update. I hope you enjoyed it, and now it's time to reveal the name of the game that I am going to be doing for my HD collection. I bought this game, well, I didn't buy this game. My mom bought this game for my dad 10 years ago for Valentine's Day. This is a game which I have played so much, and I actually have the original box. I have the original box art for this game, the one that came out 10 years ago. It's not the greatest hits. It's the original black code at the top. It's the original thing. So ladies and gentlemen, I am pleased to announce that I am going to be doing a playthrough of Jak and Daxter, the Precursor Legacy, on my PlayStation 3 when I purchase it at GameStop for the HD collection. And I'm not only going to be doing that, but I'm going to be doing Jak 2, and I'm going to be doing Jak 3. I'm going to be doing all 3 Jak and Daxter games, all the classics that came out, and it's going to be awesome. I can't wait to do it. Obviously, I brought these just for show. I'm not going to be playing these actual games that are right here, but I'm going to be purchasing the HD collection, which includes all of the games on one CD. So I'm pumped. I'm really, really hyped for this. This is going to be the main video on my page until I upload these videos about Jak and Daxter and I start my playthrough. So get hyped. February 8th, new footage from TheAireaidLord, Jak and Daxter. It's time. I can't wait to play this game. I've been anticipating this game for so long. I can't wait. Let's do it. Jak and Daxter time. For all you hardcore fans who have played these games, they're like the greatest games of all time. Let's do it.